You're gonna piss the ghost off.
The Union Hotel, otherwise known as the Bella Union Hotel in Benicia, California, was established around the 1850s in downtown Benicia. Benicia itself has a rich military history and a connection to the gold rush. The name Bella Union means beautiful union, and it was a reference to the patriotic feelings surrounding the 1850s and the Civil War. From the hotel's website, the Bella Union Hotel was famous for its saloon run by Maria Montague. The saloon offered girls, music, and drinks to customers who could pay for it. We were in Benicia to visit friends and family, but after experiencing something paranormal aboard the Queen Mary, we decided to stay at this hotel and see if we could experience something again. Each room has a name. We were assigned the Stickseed room on the second floor. We had so many personal experiences at this hotel, from smells to touches to cold spots, that it was actually pretty remarkable. The smell was the first thing that we both experienced. When we first got in late on that first night, we were both basically ready to go to bed. We kind of settled in, and my wife just goes, "Blah! Oh, did you burp? Why didn't you warn me? That's horrible." And I just said, "No, I didn't burp." And she goes, "Yeah, you did. It smells horrible." And that first night, my wife went straight out. I usually stay up a bit later, watch something on my phone, and try to doze off. Usually when you're in a new place, if you read neuroscience books, they'll tell you it'll take about 3 days for you to feel comfortable in a place. And I understand that, but what I experienced that first night was something I had never experienced in staying in other hotels. Every time I was about to doze off, and I don't mean just deciding to go to sleep, I mean the second you're about to drift into unconsciousness, I got a feeling of unsafe is the best way to describe it. It just, something told me, don't go to sleep, get back up. And it was annoying because you would get back up and you'd feel fine, and then you start dozing off again, and bam, you just feel this unsafe feeling. It's, at one point, it just felt like, I know there's nothing in that corner, but why do I keep getting the sense that I should just look in that corner?
You're gonna piss the ghost off.
That morning, though, I wake up, the sheets pulled up right to my nose, and I get the same smell my wife had smelled the previous night. And it's not so much the smell, it was the visual, the mental image that it created. It was distinct. It was old, decrepit, like it was male as well. It was like as though it was an old, decrepit man that couldn't take care of himself. It was just this overpowering stench, and all it did was just create that visual. And here's what's weird: is I go, "Hey, I smell this." My wife doesn't smell anything, and so I thought, well, maybe it's the sheets. I just woke up. Maybe it's the sheets. Maybe these sheets are unwashed or something. But it happened again to me later as I laid on my stomach on my laptop. Just out of nowhere, I had been in that same position for about 10-15 minutes, and then out of nowhere, this pungent smell, same imagery comes to mind. Bring my wife over, she can't smell anything. Later in the day, same thing, she gets hit with it again. This time I can't smell it. We had dinner with friends and family that night, and afterwards they wanted to come over out of curiosity and do an EVP session. In the following clip, one of the voices you hear does not correspond to someone in the room.
Yeah.
Said you recording that with Hillborn Avenue.
You're gonna piss the ghost off. Holy shit.
There you go.
You're gonna piss the ghost off.
After hearing the woman's voice, things actually ramped up for the evening. Soon after, my wife started feeling a cold spot, and we could all feel it. You could literally put your hand through it and feel it slightly colder, and when she moved, it actually followed her. At one point, you could feel a part of her wrist, of her forearm, was actually colder than the rest of her arm. On the second night, I woke up to what appears to be the apparition of a man from the 1850s flying at me and then flying towards the roof. It was just the upper torso, and it was only for a split second. I have a condition where I don't fully wake up, so I still see some of the dream imagery with my eyes open, seeing the real world. It's only for a couple seconds, but it's enough to really screw with your head. So as an example, in the past I've woken up my wife screaming at her because there's a giant spider coming towards her, but there's nothing there. The worst ones are when I think there's someone in the room, when there's a man standing at the foot of the bed. And the very worst one is when I rolled over and there was a face of a demon just staring at me. That's one of the ones where I went, well, if it doesn't disappear in about 3 seconds, I'm probably going to lose my mind right now. It doesn't look like a upper torso or anything on the video. I can only tell you that's what I saw on my end, and who knows, maybe this is a combination of both something happening and my condition. On the last night, things escalated again. This time, my phone on the nightstand next to me started moving throughout the night. So throughout the night, the phone actually rotates slowly and slowly until it falls off the nightstand. The sound actually woke me up, and at the time I thought, oh, I must have just knocked it over somehow and went back to sleep. So on the nightstand is my cell phone, which is a Galaxy S8 with an OtterBox case, and a secondary cell phone hooked up to a microphone that's clipped to the lamp. Unfortunately, the camera with a better angle ran out of memory, so we're only left with the far angle. Under closer inspection, you actually see something approach the cable attached to the lamp and pull it. And if you slow down the footage enough and you play with it, you can actually see the cord move forward first and then get yanked away from the table. So there it is, 3 nights in the Union Hotel. Feel free to comment below with questions. I'll try and answer them as best I can. Also, if you have suggestions for places, I would love to hear it. Who knows, maybe we'll be welcome somewhere to investigate. This is our second time on one of these outings, and the second time that we experience something that is hard for us to explain. So to anyone watching these videos, don't take my word for it. Go out there and visit these places yourself. Thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciated. Until next time, take care. Bye.